Yes, so here we have two lists of scores, one for group A and one for group B. These are the test scores. And the instructions is saying using Excel, construct two box and whiskers diagrams on the same axis. Compare the performance of both groups. So we need to copy, highlight these two lists, those two values, two sets of values, Control C, and to paste it in Excel, Control V. Okay, now the box and whiskers is comprised of, is formed by using 5 numbers: the minimum value, the lower quartile Q1, the median Q2, the upper quartile Q3, and the maximum value. So we make a list of that. We have to do that for group A, and we need to calculate the differences. As we can see, this is what Excel normally used. Okay, and we have to also do this for group B. Okay, all right. So what we need to do now is to calculate the minimum value, okay, for set A. So to do that now, we type equal, all right? We go here, we type equal, and we type M for minimum. You must type equal, and you activate the minimum value function, and we highlight that is from A2 to A20, and you type enter. So the minimum value for group A is actually 34. Now we need to find the lower quartile for group A. We type equal and Q, activate the quartile function, and that's for group A. So we highlight it from A2 to A20, and we must type comma. Then you type 1 for first quartile, that is 25th percentile, 25%, 1/4. Or you can just type 1 here, or you can just activate the double click on first quartile, and you'll get the same result. And the lower quartile for group A is 77. We need the median, which is represented by Q2. So we type Q for quartiles, double click to activate the quartile formula, and then you highlight from A2 to A20, make sure you type comma, and you double click on median, which is number 2, Q2, and you press enter. So the median for group A is 87. We also want the upper quartiles. We type equal and Q. For quartile, activate the quartile formula, highlight from A2 to A20, and type comma, and double click on the third quartile, or type 3. Okay, so we have to type the number 3, okay, and type enter, and that will give us 90 for the upper quartile for group A. And the maximum, we type equal M, and activate the maximum value function, and we highlight from A2 to A20, type enter, and that will give us the maximum value. We also need to do that now for group B. Okay, so this is group A's information, and this is group B's information. All right, so what we can do, we can actually copy these values and paste it there. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's see what minimum value this is giving us for D2. No, but we want the minimum value for B2 to B20. So we have to go there and change this to B, from B2 to B20. Type enter. So the minimum value that will give us is right for group B, which is in B2. So we can just copy this B2 to B20. Okay, let's copy this. All right, here you have it, B2 to B20. Go there and just, okay, press enter. The minimum value from B2 to B20, that's what we want. Minimum value for B2 to B20, enter, right, 25. We want the lower quartile from B2 to B20, enter. We want the median from B2 to B20, all right, enter. We want the upper quartile from B2 to B20, enter, and we want the maximum value of B2 to B20, enter. Or you could have just do it from scratch. Now we want the differences. The first difference is equal to, is the difference between the minimum value and the one before. There is nothing before. So we type equal, and D2 minus 0. That's the first difference. Okay. The second difference is between Q1 and the minimum. So we type equal. Q1 is in D2 minus D3 minus D2. Okay, and we type enter. Now to get the order differences between Q2, Q1, Q3, Q2, maximum and Q3, we can just go back to this difference there between D3 and D2 and go to the lower right corner. You see the black cross, double click and drag, and you'll get the differences, that the order differences that is needed. Okay, and the same applies now here now for group B. So equal, we want the difference between G1, so we just type G1 minus 0, and the first difference is 25, or we could have just transfer 25 across. The second difference is between Q1 and the minimum, so that is between G1, G2, and subtract and G1, G2, G3, G3 minus G2, okay? Q1 minus the minimum. And to get the order differences, we go to the lower right-hand corner, and we double click and we drag the order differences. Okay, so the differences we are going to use to construct the box plot. Okay, so what we need to do is to highlight the differences and type control, make sure you type control and highlight the differences of the other group, which is group B. So as you can see, they are both highlighted separately. Then you go to insert and you go to bar. Now you want stack bar, not vertical, but horizontal. If you want to have vertical, you have a vertical box plot, but let's do horizontal. And we click on stacked bar. Make sure you click on stacked bar. Okay. Insert, bar chart, and stacked. Okay, stacked, right? Stacked bar. Very important. Now we don't want it like this. We want it two separate box plots. So we go to chart design and we go to switch row / column. You must go there, switch row / column. Click on it, and here you have your two bars ready, similar to box plots. So you can type box plot. Now this first box, we type Shift F10 or right click, go to format, and you go to fill and line, and you put no fill, okay, so that it disappears. Same goes for this box here. You type no fill, and same goes for this box on the peripheral, no fill, because as you can see, the lower quartile. Let's look at this. This two there is looking like it's for group A. Okay, so group A, the lower quartile is group B. Group B, the lower quartile is 35. So his is 45. So this is the information for group B, and this is for information for group A. So here, as you can see, the lower quartile starts here 77, the median is 87, and the upper quartile is 90. And for group B now, the lower quartile is 35, 45, and 56 for the upper quartile. Okay, so this will form the box. Now we want the whiskers. Now we white out two boxes, first and second. You skip the first and you go to the second box, and we're going to use the arrow bars to get the whiskers. Make sure this box is highlighted. The second box, you go to add chart element, and you go to arrow bars so that we can get the whiskers, more arrow bars. And as you can see, the whiskers is already making its appearance, but the whisker now for group B for group A has to go from 77 to 34. The minimum value is 34. Group A, it has to go from 35 to 25. One has a length of 43 and the other has a length of 10. So we must adjust those error bars to start at the respective quartiles and to end with the minimum values. So we go to make sure they are highlighted, and you go to error bar options, click on error bar options, and you click on minus because we're talking about the left whisker, the negative side on the number line. And you can see they both begin at their appropriate quartiles, but they don't end properly. For A, it's supposed to end at 34, and for B, it's supposed to end at 25. Okay, so to do that, we go to custom specify value. Okay, and we go to the negative error value, clear it out. So for group A, we want the difference of 43. So we click on 43, and then we click control. Okay, make sure you, after you click on 43, the difference is 43, and you click on control, and then you go to group B now, the difference must be 10. Okay, 45 minus 25 will give us 10. So this bar will have a length of 10 for group B, and you click on it also. And then as you can see, the comma for both boxes, and here you have it. Group A has a length of 43 from 77, go right down to 34, and group B, a length of 10 from 45 to 25. Now we want the right whisker. Now remember, you could recall to get this whisker, we go from 1, 2. Okay, second box. So here now is 1 and 2. So you highlight this box there now. Then you go to add chart elements, and then you go to error bar options, more error bars. Okay, now we click on plus so that it begins properly. As you can see, it starts properly, but for group A, the length has to be 9. Okay, and for group B, the length has to be 39. Okay, because the maximum value for group B is 95, the maximum value is 99. So now you go to error bar options, you click on plus. Okay, we have it there, we did that already. Now you go to custom, specify value, and click on delete the positive values here, because we're going to put our own value. So positive error value, we delete it, and then we click on 9 for group A. Make sure you put your finger on control, and you click on 39, or you click on this difference there for group B, and then you click OK, and this will give us the proper beginning and end of the right whisker for both groups. As you can clearly see, for group A, maximum value is 99. Here it is. And for group B, the maximum value is 95. Okay, all right, and this is all you can get. As you can see, for plot A, most of the values are on the upper end, and for plot B, most of the values on the lower end. So group A did better than group B. As far as we can see here, group A did better than group B. Group A, the distribution is skewed to the left because most of the values are between 77, all right, and 90. Okay, that's for group B. The majority of the values are on the upper end, and that's for group A. And for group B now, group B is skewed to the right. Okay, go to shapes and go to curve. Start on the lower end. So most of the values are on the lower end for group B. Most of the values are from between 35 and 56. So we can clearly see group A did better than group B. Okay, and this is shown in the box plot.